At the absolute worst time, I unmuted my camera and Bronco went because they're over there fighting in the corner. Yeah, that's my life. On a daily basis, when you have two puppies, they're constantly fighting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So anyway, as you probably know, my name is Marie. I'm in my pajamas today. I'm gonna make something and I'm gonna show you, hopefully, how I make this thing or how I'm making this thing. Welcome to my live stream. Yay! So anyway, you guys, as you see here, yeah, I always have a problem with cutting vegetables, and cutting vegetables have just been my enemy, so I have to keep it covered. But yeah, I cut off. If anybody's squeamish, mute right now, but I'm gonna give you some time to mute. But basically, when I cut my finger, I cut half of my fingerprint off, basically. So yeah, and I have nothing, my finger has nothing to rebuild on, so I have to keep it covered because it's very exposed and it hurts to all high heaven. But once it's covered, I can bump it and it's okay. So anyway, I'm okay. I promise I'm okay. But anyway, you guys, how is everybody? Hi Nicole, hi Sandy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. These are new names to me, I think. Welcome to my live stream. Yay. So yeah, I have been making hoop earrings that I don't have anywhere near me. So I have these, but I actually made hoop earrings for my ears, which I was using just one type of wire to do it, like 16 gauge. 16 gauge is what you should make the hoop out of. But 16 gauge does not fit in everybody's ears. It fits in my ears, but it does not fit in most of you guys' ears. So I said I need to have another rendition on how to do this so that everybody can benefit, and it's not just me or people who have gauged ears, which are the holes are stretched. So I said I need to figure out a way to include everybody and not just me and my ears. So I think I found a way to do that. Now I'm going to show you the supplies. It says I left a video showing where the hole is in that thing you showed me last video. Really? I didn't see any messages. Huh. I will look into that, Nicole, because I'm not exactly sure. Messages. Yeah. Did you leave a comment or did you leave a message, like an actual message that sends an email to me? Because I don't know about that part, but I'll look into it, I promise. Okay, so let me show you my supplies. So these are the supplies. It may seem weird that I have, in the comments. Okay, I'll look at it, I promise. So I have all the supplies together. You may hear puppies running. They're running through the house currently, and I'm not exactly sure what's happening, but they seem like they're having fun. Now, you may be wondering, why do you have a lint roller here? Okay, the lint roller is here for a reason. Just hear me out, okay? So I'm gonna set that aside for right now. It's here. We're gonna need it in a minute. And I also found some bits. I found some bits that they're cup bits. You see how there's a hole right up there at the top? Right there at the end, there's a hole. And you're supposed to put your wire in there, and it's going to blunt the tips of your wires so that they're not so pointy. I finally broke down to get some universal bits that were like that, and this comes in handy for when you are making jewelry for other people, because that wire, when you cut it, it is sharp. So you don't want to go and just have sharp wire just exposed like that. So you should blunt it, and this is how you do it. You stick it in there and you turn it on and it spins and it shaves it down. So I might need that. I'm sure I'm going to need this. And then I have 16 gauge wire. Now 16 gauge copper wire is what I'm going to be using in order to make the actual loop, you know, the actual hoop of the earring. This is going to be made out of 16 gauge wire. Okay, and then I chose 18 gauge for the wire to go in your ear. Now if you want to go smaller, like say 20, you can do that also. It will work just fine. So, but I just grabbed 18 because that's just the wire that was closest to me at the moment. So I have those two wires. You will not believe how easy this is. I might not even need all these tools, but hey, I always have to have them there just in case, because I have to replace my hand here, or I might even use my hand. So what we do is we start with our 16 gauge. So how's everybody's week going? Mine is going kind of strangely, but I will survive. But hey Joel, how are you? You get to see my damaged finger. I cut it pretty badly, and we're trying to keep it covered when I'm working, but then uncover it when I'm not working, like when I'm drawing or something. I'm right-handed, so that helps. So I just keep it covered when I'm doing stuff, and then when I'm not, just let it breathe and it will heal on its own, or get you a new layer, the doctor said, of skin. Wow, it's amazing how our bodies work. So I'm just using this lint roller just to make the hoop, because this hoop is perfect for my ears. And what you do is you make sure that you over loop it, okay? I saw that new video, Joel, if you're still here. I'm gonna look at it when I get done. Okay, so now I'm gonna cut it, okay? 16 gauge wire is no longer needed, and not, oh wait, actually, you know what? You know what would be better is if I do them at the same time, so that later on, see, sometimes I do smart things. You guys, wow. So you wouldn't believe who's winning this fight and who usually wins the fight between these two dogs. It's the puppy, the baby puppy. She's the one who's winning the fight. She wins the fight all the time. All right, so I'm over looping. Oh boy. All right, so now we have two loops, okay, or two hoops. Then I'm going to take, and I need to make a loop, okay? I need to have it open at the moment where you need to have just that little opening, and I'm just gonna bend the wire up, if that makes sense. I'm trying to create a little opening. So boom. Okay. So I want to create a little opening, even though it looks like it's not open yet. Hear me out. Then I'm going to push them apart. Okay. And there goes my hoop. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Lucy, come here. Come here. I think people want to see you. She is unconcerned with us, you guys. All right. All right, so I'm trying to just get it a little even as I can, as even as I can. I love watching, because it seems like the little ones can get their little tiny teeth like on an ear or on a leg, and one time it was on Bronco's little private area and he squealed, poor thing. I felt so bad for him, but you know, he shouldn't have sat on her. He sat on her, which works in the past, But she says, oh, okay, I'll fix you. And she bit his little private part, and he was like, oh my God, no. And I was like, what is happening? You talk about straight up screaming. I said, what in the world is happening out here? I thought they were really like in trouble. So this is what I have so far. They're basically even. No one's going up to you. Like I always say in my other videos, they could be sisters. They don't have to be twins. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. And no one's going to walk up to you and pull out a ruler and say, this one is a centimeter smaller. No one's going to do that, okay? I promise. So as you can see, you see how this is not laying flat? So I take some time to go and make them flat by moving the wire. So you're moving the wire. See, now it's flat. Same thing. I'm gonna do the same thing here. Now it's flat. Okay. Okay. This one's a little different. All right, a little bit better. This isn't. It doesn't matter if this is off the surface, but you need to lay it flat on a surface. Hey, sir. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's good to see you here. So I just like to lay it flat on my surface just to make sure that it's flat, it's even, and it's not sticking up in different parts. So there you go. There we go. All right. So now from here and here, all these areas, these 4 areas right here, we're gonna make a loop. The loop doesn't have to be magical. Just needs to be enough. And I want to make sure it goes from front to back, or from side to side, not front to back. Just do a simple loop. There we go. So I got a little loop like that. Hi, Jenny. Welcome. Welcome to my live stream. I'm letting everyone know that you can have an injury and you still can make jewelry. I didn't realize how much this was going to affect me. I didn't think it was going to affect me because I didn't really do any jewelry making this week because of it. So hopefully that would help it. But yeah, so I did these 2 little loops. I could make them straighter, which I think I might. All right. So I'm gonna cut off the excess. Bronco, please leave her alone. She's eating. Bronco's like, I'm gonna get her back when she least suspects it. Yeah. And she's gonna bite your privates, and then I have to come and save you again. Poor baby. All right. So we cut those off, and it should look like this. Something similar. Doesn't matter if it's closed or open. That's not important. What's important is that there are loops there. Okay, we did it. All right. So now I'm going to do the same thing on the other one. Oh, well, you enjoy that. Did you sand it first? Gotta sand it first, otherwise that paint ain't gonna stick. I've done that way too many times. Ooh, I can even use this thing to bend the wire. Seems to be better than my hand. Okay. Injury kind of helped me. All right. Same thing on this side. All right. I hope my husband is not watching. He's gonna yell at me. He probably doesn't even know I'm gonna do a live anyway. You gotta understand us crafters. We could be damaged in some way and we still wanna do all the stuff. We still wanna make all the stuff, even though we really probably shouldn't be, but here we are. Sometimes it's an obsession and we have to fulfill it. Just saying. Good job. You know what you're doing. My blue lady. She knows what she's doing. I didn't, so yeah. I remember I had painted an entire dresser. I was like, yeah. And then I like walked away from it. I didn't sand it. I didn't do anything. Like, I didn't strip it. I didn't do anything. I just painted over top of it, right? And so what ended up happening was I walked away from it. I was like, man, that is a beautiful, beautiful dresser. Very beautiful painting job. Proud of myself, right? 2 hours later, I came back and all the paint just like, what's the word for it? It basically just started pulling away from the sides. And I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So on all the edges, the paint just like subsided and just pulled away from the edges, and it looked like a mess. And I was like, what did I do wrong? And of course I looked up a YouTube video, which I should have did in the beginning, but here we are. And it says, oh, you gotta sand it, you gotta strip it, you gotta get that layer of paint off. And I was like, oh, duh, I didn't know that. So that's how you learn. Sometimes you learn by trial and error. It's the same thing with jewelry. You learn by trial and error. Oh, yeah, it should be loud enough. I'm looking at my controls. It gives me colors that says, you're too loud, shut up, or you need to speak up or turn it up. So it seems to be right in the middle, volume wise. So, what you cooking? Oh wait, Jenny says she's cooking. I don't want to go and interrupt her cooking, but I am curious as to what you're cooking. Because tonight I'm going to be making some meatballs. They're like ginger meatballs, whatever that is. Some HelloFresh thing. Alright, look at that. So we have a nice little opening with these little loops on either side. Okay? Same thing on this side. This one isn't very pretty loop, but it's a loop, and that's all we're going to deal with right now. Okay? I did the best I could. Okay? Now, I got my 18 gauge, right? Oh, well, it's good to know. I bet you glad she told you that. That person told you that. Yeah. Yeah, I had a dresser that I painted a couple times, and I was like, yeah. I didn't realize I painted more than a couple times. Had it for years. Alright. Wow. So I was doing this with the my wire straightener. It is hot. Makes the wire hot. Oh, blue and red, white. Wow, those are like very those are very I don't know, bold colors. I think the red is a little bold, but all right, I'm just cleaning up my mess. So sorry if I yelled. Sorry. So I meant what I like to do, I am going to cut off, let me see, I'm going to cut off about 3 inches of wire. Let me do more. I'm going to do 4 inches of wire, okay? So I would like to cut those off first. Oh, thank you, Jenny. You're so sweet. I try. I really do. Alright, so let's see. There we go. Alright, so we have 2 4-inch pieces of 18 gauge wire. Hey Mary, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, really? They bought it red? That's weird. I mean, that's not weird. All right. I don't like this 18 gauge. So you know what? I'm setting it aside. I don't like it. If I don't like it, I don't like it. It doesn't seem like I would have a good time trying to bend it. So I'm going to go with my 20 gauge, like I said. Trusty 20 gauge. And then what I'm going to do is the same thing. I'm going to do the 4 inches. Wait, what? I'll figure it out, you guys. There it is. All right, so I'm going to cut off 4 inches. So I was watching Snapped, like the newer ones. Good. I'm glad you are well. And my husband, it's so funny when I watch that stuff, my husband thinks I'm going to off him. And I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. It's the world. He always gets like weird, like, oh my god, I gotta make sure everything is in order. She might kill me. So weird. So I was watching the new Snapped and I was like, what? There was a lot of new ones that I've never heard of. All right, so we have this. These are going to be our earring wire that goes in our ears, okay? So I did this last week, which was before I had this injury. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push it through the hole here. You can, but I kind of feel like memory wire, the hoops or the circles of a memory wire, like usually when I get memory wire, it's always in a circle of a bracelet, and the hoops will be way too big. You see, like this is like not even close to being a bracelet, so it's a little smaller. If somebody has a preference of bigger hoops, like back in the day I had a really big preference for big hoops, even though my mother said that them fast girls wear big hoops, but us young girls, we liked it, okay? But now I'm not so much. I don't really care about that. It's this right here is the perfect, it's a perfect hoop size for me. So memory wire will be kind of big, so I'm not exactly sure. You can try it. You can try it and let me know. I don't know. Maybe. So what I'm going to do is, you know what? Let me do something real quick. So I'm going to pull this away from my camera volume, and I am going to blunt the ends, or I could just mute you. Hold on. Let me mute you guys. Or let me mute myself so I'm not so loud. Hold on. Alright, so I blunt the ends a little bit so they're not too sharp. And I can tell which ones I did. So I want to have the blunt edge going this way, obviously, because that's where you're going to be slipping your earring on to your ear. So I'm going to put the earring wire in through the little little loop there. Hopefully I can get this with one hand. Yes, my mom always be like, them fast girls, you ain't one of them fast girls. Like, what? Parents, we had parents back in the day, they had some weird things that I was like, maybe back in the day when you were a kid, that's what it was. But for us, we didn't look at girls like, ooh, she got hoops. She's, you know, she out there with all the boys. Like, we never really thought about that. So I always thought it was weird when my mom said that. I was like, my grandmother used to say that too. Them fast girls got them big old hoops. And I'm like, okay. It don't make no sense. This is so aggravating. But it's okay. We can figure it out. Okay. Okay. Let's hold it. There we go. My problem is I didn't give myself enough of the posts to come through because of what is happening with my injury here. It's aggravating the heck out of me. What I should have did was just let it come through the hole. Don't blend it just yet. And just let it come through the hole. And don't worry about it until later. So let me pull this out real quick. You know, it's okay to start over if you need to, which is what I'm doing. I'm gonna start over. Okay. Okay. There we go. So what other rules would you guys say that you never understood? Maybe you understood it when you got older, or maybe you never understood it. That was one of the things that my parents used to say, or my grandmothers used to say, and my aunts used to say, you know, when we were younger. They would, like, when they want us to do something, they would say things and it'd be like, is that true? Like, is that really true? And then when I got older, it was like, that ain't true. Y'all just didn't want us to wear hoop earrings because you thought that's what it looked like. I hope my family is not watching this video like, what? Yes. You guys don't try to act like you don't know what I'm talking about. So, alright, so let me do this real quick. Closer to my body. Alright, I couldn't get the thing to go into the hole. Okay. So now I'm going to continue with my looping. I'm trying to think of another thing that, you know, our parents would say to us and we never understood it. Like, I remember like songs, like, you know, a couple Bobby Brown songs that were like, yeah, we shouldn't have been listening to that. We should not have been listening to that, or we shouldn't have been watching that movie or whatever. So that's interesting when you get older and you're like, oh, that's what they meant. Okay, now I understand. And the more you rap, the more secure this post is going to be. Okay. And it's not moving, ouch, all over the place, because you're squishing it as you go. You're squishing the coil as you go, and making sure that it's straight and it looks uniform. because everybody grew up in different parts, okay? But in our parts in New York, that was one of the things that they were like I remember the bamboo earrings, and then when 𝐂𝐄𝐍 had mentioned it, then it was like, I think that's what it came from. That video, Round Away Girl. I think that's what happened. I think our parents saw that and they were like, my daughter is not wearing hoop earrings. And I think that's where it came from. Stupid LL Cool J. No, I like LL. He is somebody who doesn't seem to age, and I don't understand it. What are you eating that makes you not grow old? Him and Pharrell, I don't understand it. This whole thing, I mean, it's a little. Let me push this through. Push this up. There we go. I mean, it's a little bit. It's a little post. But you kind of get the idea. So let me do the other one. This is the blunt side. Let me get it on there. I went through the whole. And I'm giving myself a little bit more, just in case, because this finger is not cooperating with me. And nor did I expect it to cooperate with me today. I really didn't think it was going to cooperate, and that's okay. You know, that is okay. We are injured. Okay. Uh-oh, my phone is ringing. And somebody who should know that I'm doing a live. Unless he's trying to tell me something. Yeah, Method Man too. I don't understand it. I'm like, what are you guys eating? And what kind of skincare regimen you are on? I would like to need to have that in my life, please. Can you write that down somewhere? I don't know what they're doing. Because I always thought that men always like aged faster than women did. I understand our black skin is our black skin, and that is just, our skin just doesn't age. Look at Pharrell, scares me. I think Pharrell is somebody said that they think he's a vampire. I'm like, what? So he doesn't seem to age at all. I remember I was watching a video the other day, and I'm like, oh, this must be a really old video. My husband says, this came out yesterday. And I said, wait, what? He looked younger than I do. And I know he's a little bit older. I know he's older than I am. So I'm like, sir, what are you eating and drinking that causes you to have beautiful skin and look like you were 10 years old? I don't get it. So they're over here making money on shoes and music and stuff. He can make some money on skin regimen. I'm just saying. Those Kardashian girls have it. They got the right idea. I got a tip from the Kardashians that was like, I never knew it. That I thought they were BSing me, but or just BSing the public in general. But yeah, that's what I do. Okay, so I'm well on my way. Okay, we good. So she said in one of her interviews, I think it was Kim, or no, it was Courtney. She said that what she does is at night she takes some Aquaphor. I have some Aquaphor here, but it doesn't have the label on it. Oh, here it is. Here's another one. I have Aquaphor all over the place, but this is it. But it comes in like really big jars, and it's really expensive, but it works. It's so good. It's better than Vaseline if you're trying to, you know, moisturize and stuff like that. So she said to put it on your face before you go to bed at night. Granted, you need to make sure that you have like, you know, a towel or something on your pillow, and you don't need to do it every night, because I haven't, but at least 3 times a week or something like that. And I tell you what, I woke up with the most beautiful skin I was like that I've ever had. And I was like, it was sitting in my medicine cabinet all this time. That was kind of like a skincare regimen I had no idea about. So there's that. And another thing that I discovered is, if you are somebody like me, sometimes periodically I put on a lot of makeup, like with foundation and the eyeshadow and all that good jazz, right? So what I found, and I think I put this in a video already. You see me take the makeup off in this video. And so what I did was I have a bottle of oil. It's not castor oil or anything like that. I think it's like almond oil in a, you know, nice size bottle. And I take and I clean my makeup off with the oil. It's not a heavy oil. Yes, I know. But we have to have different moisturizers. Like, you need to have like, it's like one of those things where it's like, if your skin is moisturized in some way, shape, or form, you'll be okay. So what I ended up doing was I clean off my makeup with almond oil. Believe it or not. Don't use a heavy oil. Use like the lightest oil. And for me, almond oil is like the lightest oil. And I take that to like clean off my makeup. And so usually when I clean off my makeup, I still have life to live in the evening. So what I do is I clean off my makeup with the oil. So of course your skin is still like a little like, not oily, but it's moisturized, it's plump, it's, you know, but you don't have that much you don't have that makeup on it, and you moisturize without really putting on lotion or anything like that. So I leave that like that for the evening, and then before I go to bed, I do my soap and water. And then once I do the soap and water, then I do Aquaphor. And I tell you what, I did it with cold, and I do it with cold water. I first clean my face off with hot water, and then I rinse my face and splash cold water on it. Works wonders. I cannot believe it. And sometimes I don't even wear makeup that much. So, and then to put these in, you just put them in your ear and you just squish it. And if you want to make sure it doesn't fall out of your ear, you could go like this before you put them on. Go like this, and then put them on, and then it goes right through the hole, and it's not going to go anywhere. And this is done with 16 gauge copper wire. This one is a little smaller, but who's measuring? I'm not. So I might do this one again, but yeah, it's just, that's how simple this is. Pumpkin seed oil is another oil that I've never used before. I wonder if it's heavy. Yes, that's what I do. Sometimes if I didn't have makeup on the day before and I need to clean my face, like if I was like working, like sometimes I do volunteer work on construction sites. So I did some volunteer work, and I was doing some sanding, and it was like everywhere. Not only do you have to cover your hair when you're doing sanding, you have to make sure your skin is clean when you get home. So I cleaned my skin, and then once I was done, I put oil all over my skin after I did my cold water splash. Then after that, I get dressed or whatever I need to do, and then once it's seeped into my skin, then I go and I put my regular moisturizer on. And it's like, I wonder if that's what they're doing. What if we already discovered it and we're over here thinking we're doing it wrong? I think that's what it is. Just like everybody is saying here, moisturize, moisturize. Yes, water and fruit. There's some fruits that I don't like, but I do like a lot of vegetables. A bead. Yes, I can add a bead. Like I could do like a wire wrap bead, and then like I want to make sure it has a big loop on it so I can slip it off and then interchange them. What? I can make interchangeable beads that I put on them different colors and then go from there. That is a good idea. So I can always slip it onto this back part. So this back part, you can make that loop as small as you can make it. So I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. I think I can do things, but I really can't with this finger. It's terrible. It's the worst thing ever. So hopefully I'll have only a week of this mess, and then I can start living my life and making things. Hopefully. So I'm going to make this as small as I can, and I'm going to slip a bead on it. So I can slip a bead on here and just interchange them. Yes. I'm definitely going to do that. I'm definitely going to do that. So you guys, I don't know. I think I failed. I made carrot seed oil with avocado oil. Avocado oil is really heavy. Grapeseed oil is a little bit lighter. Yes, that's correct. So I'm thinking that I do want to get some grapeseed oil and do it with that. Like things like sesame seed oil. Sesame seed oil stinks, so I don't use it. Castor oil stinks a little too, but I use it on my hair because it needs to be, the oil needs to be heavy. And then I'm thinking I might go and get some grapeseed oil because I am aware of that's the one that's the lightest. So grapeseed oil and my almond oil, for some reason for me, it's a light oil. I might be completely wrong, but it doesn't stay on my skin for very long. So I just need it to be there long enough to be a layer underneath my moisturizer and then go from there. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm thinking. Trying to switch up my skin regimen. Even, I mean, it's like, but I'm starting to get, was it on this side? I have a mirror over here. Yeah, I have like this dark spot that I can't get rid of, and I can't figure out, I don't want to go and get some Ambi. I think it's called Ambi. I think it's called Ambi, where you, you know, it fades out the dark spots, because I just don't want to ruin my skin. There's one dark spot, and I don't know where it came from. But yeah, everything else looks good. But yeah, I do want to, can I hang a smaller hoop on it? Hang, make, wrap. I'm always guessing when people say things and I don't understand it. My eyebrows. So they also say to put castor oil on your eyebrows. Castor oil helps for, I don't know how it does, but they say castor oil helps with, you know, growing them back, because I got those 90s eyebrows that they never did grow back since the 90s, so they always look thin. You know how we had those pencil thin? What if, Tasha, what if I had another layer? Let me switch this camera again. So what if I had another layer of a hoop that goes inside here, and then when you wrap, you'll wrap the fabric around both of those? Okay. I got an idea for you guys. Oh. You need to get Grammarly. I'm always selling stuff that's not even sponsoring me. Grammarly is awesome. Because I always like, I'm constantly misspelling things, and then when I misspell it, and I don't know it, of course you get that zigzag line, and then on top of it all, when you roll your mouse over top of words, it tells you that it's wrong, and then you can change it. I love Grammarly. But yeah, Tasha, I'm kind of thinking that I might, after next week, because I have to rest this. I really do feel that there's no way. There's no way I can make anything that's really technical at this time. So I'm thinking that I'm going to design where I'm gonna have the wire, the original wire that I'm using for this hoop, make it so that it is longer than this, and then I'm gonna double it over and make it so that it's shorter, and you got a smaller hoop inside, and then we can wrap that around. You can wrap fabric around it and make a little, you guys are always giving me ideas. Do I do them all? No, but I try, and that's all that matters, is that I try to do it. Okay, trying is the best you can do sometimes, you know. Okay, so I am going to, next week, I have a little box. Where's my box? It has stuff in it already, because let me show you what's in it. I have this little cute little box I got from like Michael's, because Michael's is the best place on earth. And so in this box I have a couple projects that I need to do. I don't know what it was. I really need to put notes with these things. I know this is a separate project. And then I know these go together. This is a pupil of an eyeball. And then this is like the corner of the eye. This is going to be the eyeshadow. Here's the white of the eyeball. So I'm trying to do an eyeball. Oh, I know what it was. I was trying to do an eyeball in the middle of these hoops, because I made an eyeball, but I don't like it. I wear it all the time and I get so many doggone compliments on it. Look at this eyeball. So I took these little beads that were like garnets. So it's a little reddish brown, but what I did was I turned it back on the other side. I painted it black so it looks darker than it really is. I just couldn't find another bead. So I said, you know what, these beads are perfect. Let's make them even more perfect. And so I made it black, so it made it like really, really dark. So I'm like, these are perfect pupils. So I have two of those. One side is matte. That's the side that's going to be going down, facing down like this, so that the shiny side is shiny and it's showing. So I'm really excited about this and finishing this. But I don't know what I was doing with these. Were these supposed to be? I don't know. They're in here for, what is this? Yeah. And there's hair and there's glass. Don't know where the glass came from. But yeah, this is like my next project that I'm going to be working on, which is these eyeballs, which go into these hoops, I think, or I can make them smaller. Something like that. So it'll look like something like this. And it will hang and it'll have little tassels. I'm excited about these. This was not easy to make. So when I made them, I wore them on vacation, and I'm telling you, people were stopping me on the street. It was a person who was driving a car, and she came back around, she turned around, and I saw her turn around, and she said, somebody see your earrings. I'm like, how do you see my earrings from the street? What in the world? So yeah, people love those earrings. So I bought some black, because you can always use black. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these in that box. It lets me know that I have projects. These are projects that sit right on my desk, doesn't move, and then I'm going to finish these projects. So I have like 2 projects in here that need to be finished, perhaps 3. So I'm excited about that. I can't wait to show you guys, because I think I want to do, what I'm going to do is, how I'm going to do it, this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to create the project, right? You know how earrings, you have 2 earrings, right? So what I like to do is create one earring so that I have the earring ready to go. And so I'm like, okay, just to practice it. So once I practice the earring, I get the eyeball earring going and I see it, I'm like, yes, it's perfect. Then I'll have it all to the side, turn on my camera, and then I'll do the second earring and act as if I made two. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Those are the behind the scene things that a lot of my subscribers don't know about. I'm sorry that I'm chewing this gum very loud, but I'm kind of hungry, and it's cinnamon gum and it tastes so good. So yeah, those are behind the scene things. what kind of floor do you have? Because I have like I got bamboo floors, and yeah. The only thing about wood floors is like if you damage one piece of wood, you have to do the whole thing over again. I don't know if that was the floor person trying to get more money out of me or not. What do you guys think? But yeah, he told me that you gotta refinish the whole floor, and it was like 2 people who said it. So I'm like, is that like a thing that wood floor guys say to people who are consumers, and just so they can get the whole floor instead of just that one piece? I don't know. I feel like I'm being bamboozled. Oh, good. I'm so glad you were here. Oh, you have wood floor. Ooh, girl. Sorry. I'm sorry. Am I popping my gums? Sometimes I do that. I'm sorry. Pop your gum. I mean, I love wood floors. I think it's the best decision that we have ever done. Especially, this was like even before we were thinking about getting puppies. That I have area rugs, and I rolled up the area rugs because we're still training the other puppy who oh, here she is. Okay. The other puppy, the smaller one, is still potty training her. So we rolled up the rugs and we just put them over to the side, and then when we have either even we have company or when she's fully trained, then we'll put the rugs down. But yeah. Aww. Yeah. I mean, I love wood floors because they're the best, because I can clean them up just fine. But I'm afraid that if we drop something on the floor and it ruins like one piece of wood, or if if you leave something wet on it for a very long time, it buckles. So yeah. So we got a buckle area for some reason, and it's over by the door, which has nothing to do with us, has nothing to do with the people who did our floor originally, and it has everything to do with the back door and how it was put in. It wasn't complete, so I think the rainwater was getting in, which is a problem. So I don't know if we're gonna replace the floor, but it's been bothering me a lot. But it's over by the door, so it doesn't really matter, you know? Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. And I don't know, Jenny, I'm not exactly sure if it's because of the way, I think it's the lock. They call it something lock, where they lock onto each other, and that's why he thinks we should get it replace all of it. And I'm like, no, it's only one port, so we may not even care about it. We might put something over it, like a rug. But anyway, you guys, so what I'm gonna do, really, you know what, this old house, I'm about to send some links and be like, dude, you don't need to replace our whole floor, or just move on to another person who says they don't need to. Okay, you have fun with your pups, Sandy. Thank you Thank you so much for stopping by and chatting in the chat box. Yeah, I'm gonna look it up, do a little bit more research. So what I'm gonna do, you guys, I'm gonna go and make some meatballs somehow, some way, and then I'm going to wash my face afterwards, Yes. Gotta wash your face, okay? It's very important that you guys wash your face and keep your behinds clean. I don't know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I will. I put a video up today. It's just a little short video. I put one up today, and then I'm going to record a video next week so that I can have another video in 2 weeks. Okay? Sound like a plan? I don't know what the video is going to be, but hopefully the video is going to be the eyeball. Or no. The next video is going to be for Tasha, and I'm going to dedicate it to you. I'm gonna write that down. I got this idea. Sorry, I don't know if you guys heard that. Thank you, Svrabana. You know who you are. Stepanova. Thank you so much for subscribing. I hope you're in the chat. And you're going to come through and say, okay, I got this idea from Purposefully Tasha. And so I'm going to dedicate that video to you. Because that was a really good idea. I gotta write notes to myself. If you guys know, I have ADHD, which is the reason why sometimes when I'm in the video and I'm doing a live, I'm all over the place. That's why. Not the end of the world. It's okay. And I haven't been able to find my medication. So literally, I would get it prescribed to me, and then I will go to every pharmacy and I can't find it. So there's a shortage of everything. It's a shortage of Ritalin, Adderall, all that stuff. So I am just dealing with it, and I'm okay. I'm okay. I'll live. We all will live. But I'm just glad that I know what's wrong and we can fix it from there. I'm like, why am I all over the place? Why am I not getting anything done? And I found out. So, as I always say in my videos, make sure that you go and you check yourself out. Make sure that you are taken care of mentally. Don't ignore things, which is what I did. I ignored things until it got so bad that it was affecting everything around me. Don't wait until it gets so bad that it's messing up your life completely. So that's the one thing I will say. I'm still writing my note about Tasha because that's how much I appreciate her idea so much. So this is on. So I put it here. I put it in my little box, my little note that lets me know that is her idea. And I'm gonna put your name all over the video. So anyway, I also want to thank. Yes. It's like a scavenger hunt. Literally, what I did was I went to the pharmacy I always go to, and then it was like nothing, and I was like, okay. So then I have to call my doctor and I say, can you send it over here? Can you send it over here? Can you even? And it's like, and some days I'm like, I can't do this. So today I stopped doing it. I've been searching for a week. Yeah, I know. Write it down. Because any suggestions, I am taking all the suggestions because I am crazy all over the place. It is out of control. Okay, I will look that up. Someone else gave me something else. I wrote it down in my phone. But yeah, I'm taking all the suggestions because I need to have something that will tie me over until I'm able to get the medication. So yeah, all over the place. But we'll live. I'm just glad I'm breathing. I'm so glad that my family is here. I got my little puppies. I got you guys. I really appreciate you guys for following me, sitting here as I babble through my live streams and stuff like that. I really appreciate you guys. Okay. So next week I am going to do my my video with the hoops for Tasha. And then, yeah. And then after that, I'm going to do the eyeball because it's a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun making that eyeball. I just need, it's not easy, but it's a lot of fun. But anyway, you guys, I will see you. Then I guess I will see you next Tuesday because I feel like I want to keep the lives going, even if it's like I'm doing something really stupid and small. It might not be stupid to you. It's like, you know, it's just creating. This is what I'm creating for that day. And then I'm going to keep trying to do those lives and make sure they're out there, okay? Oh, you guys, really quick, if you can like this video, this is going to, when you like the video, it really does push it out to the algorithm, and it says, ooh, there's a bunch of likes over here. Maybe we should start pushing this person's videos out there so more people can come. So yeah, if you guys can like the video down below, hit the little thumbs up, that would be so helpful to me. So as you can see, you guys, these are the earrings that I made for the live last week with the little mandrel, the square mandrel thing, and I put a little tassel in it. So anyway, yeah. But anyway, you guys, I will see you next Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully I won't have any other injuries that are requiring stitches and stuff, and then we can go from there. Don't know what we're doing live next week, but you will know ahead of time. I tried to make a little post on YouTube so you guys can, so my followers can see it, that I'm going live and this is what I'm doing, okay? So keep an eye out for that. And other than that, you guys, I love you guys, and I hope you guys have a great oh my gosh, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I got it. Bye.